welcome to my channel and welcome to part 2 of this reading vlog for the Reading Rush. Like I said in the previous vlog, which if you haven't seen it I'll link up above, so if you still want to see it you can do so. I've decided to divide this vlog up into 2 parts because otherwise it would just be one ginormous video, which I'm not too fond of. It's now Thursday of the Reading Rush, so the 4th day. I have another day off, so I'll hopefully be doing lots of reading. I'm currently sitting on my balcony because it's now still relatively cool. It's I think about 23 degrees. It's 9 a.m. I never get up early on my days off, but when it's ridiculously hot you really don't have any other choice. It's now 25.5 degrees inside the house. I'm trying to cool it down a little bit, but the temperatures are rising pretty quickly already. It's going to be another 37 degree day, so I'm not looking forward to it. I'm actually pretty anxious about it. For some reason temperature and heat is something I get really anxious about. I think it's because it's something I can't control. But anyway, yeah, it's 23 degrees right now. I've just had breakfast. I still have my cup of tea and I think I'm going to do some reading and listening to the Traveling Cat Chronicles, which I'm really enjoying. I'm now about 75 pages in, I'd say. I'm also enjoying listening to the audiobook and reading the physical book at the same time, which is something I've never done because usually when I listen to an audiobook it's because I don't have the physical book. So yeah, that's really fun. I think I'm gonna read for about half an hour or so, and then I'm gonna go to the supermarket, which is just around the corner, to get some supplies. And then I'm gonna lock myself into the house. This evening a friend of mine is coming by. We're going to watch Stardust together because that's the book I've chosen for read and watch a book to movie adaptation. When she heard I was going to watch it, she wanted to watch it with me, so that's gonna be fun, I think. So yeah, I'll check in with you later. Welcome back to this part of my house. It's about 11:15 now. I haven't done much reading yet. I read a bit more of the Traveling Cat Chronicles, but then I broke my favorite tea mug, so I had to clean that up and was bummed about that. And I did the groceries for today because it's already hot and I don't want to leave the house again. But now I'm sitting here. I've got my glass of water with some lemon and a straw because for some reason I drink much more when I drink through a straw. And yes, I know plastic straws are bad, but I've had this packet of straws since I think 2012 or something. So I think I'm doing alright. I promise I won't buy a new packet of straws once I'm through these ones. But yeah, I'm sitting here, I'm all installed. I've got my book, The Sense of an Ending. I did read a couple of pages yesterday evening before I got tired and started to watch Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I watched the first episode yesterday and I quite liked it, even though I don't like the name of the show. But I heard from a friend that it's pretty good, so I decided to try it out, and I think I'm going to watch another episode today or maybe tomorrow. So yeah, that was a tangent. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading this. I've read about 9 pages, I think. I like the writing style so far. I think I'm going to enjoy this. It's only 150 pages long, so if I try my best, I think I can finish it today, even if I do not try my best actually. And the plan for today is move as little as possible, so reading is basically the way to go. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I wanted to show you this in my previous vlog when I did the mini book haul, but I have another new book, which is this one, Be a Sloth, and when in doubt, just chill out. I didn't buy this myself. Like I said in my previous vlog, my boyfriend is on holiday this week with his brother, and on Tuesday he texted me and said, go take a look in your basket of old books. I have a basket of old books that I use as an Instagram prop sometimes, and he had hidden this book there, wrapped in paper, as a little gift to me, so that's really sweet. On the back it says, Sloth takes life at his own pace. He knows what makes him happy, naps, box set binges and a good banana, and what makes him unhappy, laundry day, the gym, people who don't recycle, and he makes sure his life is filled with more of the former than the latter. He is kind to his environment, but just as importantly, he is kind to himself. Be like Sloth, and you'll discover the secret to escaping the rat race and living a happy life in the slow lane. Which is exactly something that's good for me. I need to relax, or my mental health suffers. So perhaps I'll read this week. I can even count it towards my Goodreads reading goal, but maybe I'll read it when my boyfriend is back. So yeah, I am going to read this now, and I'll update you later. Hello there, it's me again, from the same spot you've been seeing me from this entire reading vlog almost. I haven't done much reading, to be honest. I'm still reading The Sense of an Ending. I was hoping to read it in one day, but it turns out to be a bit more of a slower read than I thought. Mainly because I'm just too hot to read quickly. I'm on page 59, which is a lot less far than I thought I'd be right now, but after lunch I decided to edit the first part of this reading vlog, and that took a lot longer than I anticipated, which is dumb because I knew I had a lot of footage. I knew I had never edited a reading vlog before, so I should have known it would take a long time. But yeah, it's now 4:30 already. My friend is arriving at 6:15, and then we'll make some dinner and we'll watch Stardust. So we'll see how much reading I'll be able to get in before then. I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this book before then, so I think we can kiss the whole idea of me reading this, The Traveling Cat Chronicles, and Shadow and Bone before the end of the reading rush. Goodbye. That was a strange sentence. But yeah, I decided to not worry too much about it because 1, reading is supposed to be fun, the reading rush is supposed to be fun, and I am having a lot of fun. So I'm not gonna push myself and stress myself out. And 2, it's just too hot to do anything but relax. Are you over me complaining about the heat yet? Because that's basically my thing. Also, I'm Dutch, it's what we do best. So yeah, that's just a quick check-in from me. See you later. Hello, so it's now a little before 10. My friend Esme has left again. We watched the film together and had some salad that I made. And we just had a great time, even though it's now 28 degrees here in the house. But yeah, I didn't really feel like vlogging much tonight because I was editing part 1 of this vlog and it wouldn't export. It only exported a part of it, so I will need to edit the last part again, which is not very motivating. I didn't read much anymore after the last time I talked to you. The plan was to read The Sense of an Ending today, but then I edited that vlog and that took much longer than I thought, so that didn't work. Hopefully I'll get out of work tomorrow quite early on. I'm planning to do so. But yeah, today was not a great day. I had fun reading, but it was just too hot and the vlog bummed me out. But maybe tomorrow will be a better day. I'm maybe grabbing some food with my parents. They may be coming to eat here because we'll see what happens. Right now I'm just going to clean the kitchen, prepare some things for tomorrow morning so I can leave for work as early as possible. And then I'm gonna take a shower because I'm sweaty. And then I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, I'm back again on the red couch. It's now Friday. It's about 4:30 and my last work day is officially over. I got home about an hour ago, but it's still 34 degrees outside, I think, and I just had to lie on the sofa for a while, just recovering from the bike ride home. It was a pretty good last day of work. We had pizza all together in the courtyard of my office because it was too hot to go for drinks, which was supposed to be happening yesterday afternoon, but that was cancelled, which was fine by me because I prefer pizza over drinks anyway. Yeah, I said goodbye to everyone. I got a nice goodbye present, a book because they know me. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, I think you need to pronounce the last name. I've been wanting to read this for a while now, so I'm glad to have it. I think it's going to be interesting. So now I have about an hour before my parents arrive. We're going to go for dinner at a Lebanese restaurant in town to celebrate my last day of work and my new job, which I won't start until the 19th of August. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Right now I'm still reading The Sense of an Ending. I read a few pages now and I think I'm going to read until my parents arrive. I'm still enjoying it. I hope to finish it tonight. I'm not sure if that's going to be happening. I don't know how long we'll be at the restaurant. I don't know how much energy I'll have by the time I get home. It's now 28.5 degrees inside the house, so once it gets cooler outside, I think I want to go sit on the balcony, but I'm reading this for the challenge to read the same book in the same spot. So once I go sit on the balcony, I'm going to read the Traveling Cat Chronicles again, I think. We're nearing the end of this week. I've not been looking forward to this week last week because of the heat and everything, but I'm still alive. It's been going quite well actually, so I'm relieved. So yeah, I'm gonna drink some more water, maybe have a snack, and read more of my book. Hello, it's me again. Well, I really do look like a mess most of this vlog. It's about 11 p.m. on Friday. I went out for dinner with my parents and we went for ice cream afterwards, which was really lovely. We had Lebanese food and it was great. It was really tasty. I really liked it. I think it was the first time I had Lebanese food, but it was so lovely and the people were really lovely and it was just a really nice restaurant overall. And then I came home, I picked up The Sense of an Ending again, and I managed to finish it now finally just a couple of minutes ago. I really like this book. I'm still debating whether I'm going to give it 4 or 5 stars. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars because I thought it was really good. I'm really impressed by it, but it didn't completely sweep me off my feet, if you know what I mean. So what I really liked about this is how the main character basically looks back on his life and realizes that his memories are not as reliable as he might think, and things might have happened a little bit differently than he thought, or he just has a different view on it now, and he comes to the conclusion that he might not really have lived a life worth living, which is very depressing. And I think he mostly thinks that in his more morose and
sad and depressing moments. But yeah, he feels as if life has passed him by, and as if he took the easy way out, as if he did not take the road less traveled. And now he is, I think he's 60, and there's nothing he can do about it anymore, and he becomes a bit obsessed with looking back at his life. But it's really well done. It's really masterfully crafted, this story, the way it's structured, the way you get to know more and more of this story. And yeah, I'm glad I finally read this. I get why it won the Man Booker Prize in 2011. This was my first Julian Barnes, but I might want to pick up more of his work after this, because I really like his writing style. And I really like this story as well, and the way it reflects on life and time, which is something I'm a little obsessed with as well sometimes. So yeah, right now I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm really tired, so I might just go to bed, but I also feel like enjoying the coolness while I still can. Tomorrow is going to be less hot, but it's still going to be like 31 degrees, so maybe I'll just sit here and open the window again and watch some vlogs, or I don't know. I just don't really feel like going to bed yet, so I think I'm going to put that off for now, because I have 3 weeks off now. I can go to bed whenever I want and not worry about it. So yeah, that's going to be the last update for today. I'll see you again in the morning, I suspect. Good morning. It's Saturday now. I don't know how late it is. You'll see it on the screen, I guess. I'm having a really lovely morning. The weather is still really nice outside. I've been sitting outside on the balcony, having my breakfast and listening to some more of the Traveling Cat Chronicles. I'm about to go back to doing that now. Today was going to be all about reading. I was going to just stay at home and try to read as much as I can today, because I'm really behind on my goal. But it's one of my friend's birthday today, and I'm going to go over to her house this afternoon to celebrate with her for a bit, have a drink or some ice cream, and I'm going to have to buy a gift for her as well, and I have no idea what to get her yet, so I'm going to have to go into town as well, or simply buy some flowers. That's a nice gift as well. And then tonight at like 9 o'clock or something, my boyfriend comes home again, so I don't think I'll be doing much reading after that, which is fine. But yeah, I'm going to listen to some more of the Traveling Cat Chronicles. I'm on page 150 now, and I think there's about 240 pages or something. I hope to finish that today. I'm listening to it on double speed and reading along, which is really nice. It's working really well for me, but then in a bit I want to re-edit part of the first part of this vlog, which I tried to do on Thursday, but then for some reason it wouldn't export. It only exported part of the vlog, which is very annoying, so I have to re-edit the last part. So yeah, I'm going to go back to the balcony now, read some more, and then edit my video, and then perhaps do some groceries. I have to buy some food, and then we'll see what happens next. Also, here are the guys. Say hello to the camera, guys. Ziggy. And Arthur is still a bit sleepy. So yeah, anyway, talk to you later. Hello. So it's about 1:15 and I have just finished the Traveling Cat Chronicles, my third book for this readathon. I don't think I'll be able to finish Shadow and Bone, start and finish Shadow and Bone after this, but I'm gonna try. So I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would be doing last night, when I wasn't even sure if I was going to finish The Sense of an Ending and then this one as well. But I had a really good time listening to this today. I think it took me about 2 hours listening to the final half and reading along with most of it in the book, and I really, like I said, I really enjoyed that. I might do that with books more often. Perhaps books I find difficult to focus on. If I can find an audiobook, it might be a really great way to read those books. perhaps classics, for example. But yeah, the Traveling Cat Chronicles, let's focus on that now. I think I'm going to give this 4.5 stars. I bought this in December of 2017, I think, on a whim because it looked pretty and it sounded pretty fun. But after that, I was never really intending to pick it up soon. It wasn't on my list of books that had priority. And I sometimes wondered why I bought the book, because I wasn't that interested in it anymore. But then when the reading rush came and one of the prompts was to read a book with a main character that was not human, this seemed perfect, and I thought, well, this will give me a reason to finally pick it up. And I'm so glad I did, because this was so much better than I'd expected. It was such a surprise. Before going in, I thought the entire book was told from the perspective of the cat, Nana, but that's not true. He is the main character and he does have a lot to say throughout the book, but other characters also narrate some parts of the book, mostly friends of Nana's owner, who is named Satoru. They go to visit his friends. We get to know a lot about them and about Satoru's past with them, and it's structured really nicely. I enjoyed the way we get to know more and more about Satoru's life without ever getting to see it from his perspective. Sorry, that made me jump. One of the doors in my apartment just blew shut with quite some force. Okay, where was I? Yes, okay, I'll be right back. I have to fix that. Okay, I'm back. Where was I? I really enjoyed how we get to know more and more about Satoru's life and his personality and his past without ever getting to see it from his perspective. We see a lot from Nana's perspective, but also from the perspective of the friends he's had throughout his life. And it was a very sad story sometimes, but it also was really heartwarming to see Satoru's love for his cat and Nana's love for his owner, or friend, because they really are friends, and the things Satoru has gone through in his life and the way he's dealing with everything that's going on, which you don't know yet when you start the book. You get to know more and more about what his motivations for his actions in this book are. I did have my suspicions, but I didn't know for sure until halfway through the book, I think. This is one of those books that made me feel really warm inside. It made me feel a lot of emotions and it just made me feel happy, basically. So yeah, I think I'm going to give this 4.5 stars, and then I'm going to have some lunch now. My reading vlog is almost uploaded, and then after lunch I'm going to a friend of mine whose birthday it is, like I said before, and then when I get back I think I'm going to start Shadow and Bone. So yeah, that's it from me for now. Hello, I'm back again. I came home a lot later than I anticipated I would because, well, I just was having a really good time at my friend's. We sat on the roof terrace with a small inflatable swimming pool thing for our feet, and we had drinks and there were donuts and stuff, and it was just a great time all together. But now I'm home. It's about 6 o'clock. My boyfriend comes home I think around 9-ish, so I'm going to wait to have dinner until then, and now I'm just going to have a sandwich first, I think, and then it's finally time to start reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I've been meaning to read this for a long time. I was hoping to be able to start it earlier than the Saturday of the reading rush. To be honest, I don't think I'll be able to finish this before the end of the reading rush, but I'm gonna try my best. So I'm gonna make myself a drink, get myself a sandwich, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read this. And I hope I'll enjoy it, but I love Six of Crows, so I think it'll be fine. Hello, it's now Sunday, it's the last day of the readathon, and I meant to film something last night after the last time I updated you, but like I said, my boyfriend came home from his holiday then and I didn't feel like filming anymore, so I just postponed it to now. I started reading Shadow and Bone yesterday before my boyfriend came home, and I read about 75 pages. I'm really liking it so far. I know a lot of people are really meh about it, but what I've read so far I really enjoyed. To complete my goals for this readathon, I will need to read the rest of Shadow and Bone today, which is almost 300 pages I think, which is going to be quite a challenge, but I'm going to try doing it. I do think I will have a lot of time to try and read it, and it is quite a quick read for me. Those first 75 pages flew by. And I don't really have that much else to do today. Plus, I really want to reach my goal now. I think it's hard, but it's doable. If it wasn't doable, I wouldn't even try it. But now I really have that urge to do it and to complete the challenges. So my plan is to now go sit on the balcony. It's really lovely outside now. Today is going to be the first day under 30 degrees, so that's good. So yeah, I have a cup of tea, I have my book, I'm going to sit on the balcony now, and I'll update you later on how things are going and if I think I'm going to be able to manage to finish the entire book. I don't have anything else planned today, like I said, so I don't know if I'll have any more interesting footage, but I'll at least wrap up the readathon at the end of the day. Hello, welcome to this room of my house. My boyfriend is watching the Tour de France in the living room right now, so I've moved here for my very last clip of the reading rush. It's now 6:30 and I managed to finish Shadow and Bone about, I think, half an hour, maybe even an hour ago. I didn't think I would be able to do it, but it turned out to be really easy to read the majority of this in one day because I really loved it. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to give this 4 or 5 stars because enjoyment wise I would give it a 5-star rating, but I do think in terms of plot this is a very basic fantasy story, but that didn't mean I didn't enjoy it. There weren't many things that were very surprising to me that happened. A couple of things were surprising to me, but most of the things seemed very, well, straightforward, I guess. But I cared deeply about the characters. I love Alina as the main character. I really liked the world, the Russian-inspired setting, and the magic system is incredible. I think it's one of the best magic systems I've ever read about. It's so intricate, and I love how there's so many different types of Grisha. I don't feel like going very deeply into what this book is about right now because I'm a bit tired and a bit hungry and it's quite warm and stuffy in here. I will be talking about this in my July wrap-up, of course, which I think I will be filming later this week. But yes, I really enjoyed this. I know these books have gotten a lot of hate, especially lately. I think many people say it's because it's already, in terms of YA fantasy, a little bit older, even though it's from 2012, so that's not even 10 years ago yet. It's really not that old. But it's a little more basic still than some of the fantasy stories we've gotten lately. At least that's what a lot of people say, but I think this was written very well. I love the writing style. I flew through it. It was very exciting all the way through. There were some parts that were a little bit slower, but I still enjoyed it because I was interested in the world, in the Grishas, in the little palace, in what happened to Alina. It was just an all-round great experience. So I think I'm going to be giving this 4.5 stars maybe. I'm not sure yet, but I will be reading the second part of this series, which is Siege and Storm, I think, yes, next month during the Magical Readathon. So yes, that was wonderful. This also means that, despite my own expectations, I managed to finish my entire TBR for the Reading Rush. To just do a quick recap, the first book I read was Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I started this on Monday and finished this on Wednesday, I want to say. Yes, I think it was Wednesday. I gave this 3 stars. It was enjoyable, but I wasn't really that invested and not really that into it. I liked the whimsical nature of the story and the fairy tale-esque aspects of it. But it only really grabbed me about 2 chapters from the end. So this was a 3 star. I did also watch the film, and I think I enjoyed that more actually. I really liked the film. It had so many well-known actors, which was fun. And there were some changes in story as opposed to the book. I'm not sure if I really think those changes were for the better, but I did really enjoy them, and I had a better time watching the film than I had reading the book, I think. So, to talk about the challenges for the Reading Rush, I almost forgot about that, but that's partly why I'm here. I want to quickly sum up the challenges which I fulfilled with all of these books. With Stardust, I fulfilled the challenges of read a book with purple on the cover. That definitely worked. And read and watch a book to movie adaptation. I was also planning to fulfill the challenge of read a book in the same spot the entire time with this, but I didn't end up doing that because on the first day, on Monday, I read part of this on my balcony while I had also read some of it on my sofa, which was the spot I was planning to read this in. So I didn't fulfill the challenge with this one, but then I read The Sense of an Ending by Julian Barnes, and I did fulfill the read the book in the same spot all the time challenge with this one. I read it on that same spot on my sofa. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, I've got my bullet journal here with the challenges and the books for reference. So yeah, The Sense of an Ending. I also fulfilled 2 other challenges with this book, which were a book you meant to read last year and a book with 5 or more words in the title. I really enjoyed this book. It was a bit more of a slower read for me than I had anticipated because it is only 150 characters, so I figured I would be able to read it in one day. I started it on Thursday, but I finished it late Friday evening. But I did end up giving it 4.5 stars because I really enjoyed this book. I can see why it has won the Man Booker Prize and so many people love it. Then I finished The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa, and for this I fulfilled the challenge book with a non-human main character. This has a cat as the main character, and I really enjoyed this one as well. I ended up giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars too. And then of course the book I just talked about. I lastly read Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and with this book I fulfilled the challenge of read an author's first book. I added this book to my TBR because I needed a book for that last challenge, read an author's first book. And I really wanted to read Shadow and Bone, but I figured that 4 books, one of which was pretty long, was just too much for me to read in 1 week, especially since I also had to work this week and it was my last week of work on top of that, so it was quite a stressful week as well. But I had such a great time reading this today, and I can't wait to read the next 2 books. I hope I'll love them as much as this as well. Because I am a little bit apprehensive because so many people seem to dislike these books. So I'm kind of scared that something happens in the 2nd or 3rd book that just makes me go, yikes, I don't like that. But we'll see. So yeah, 4 books, 7 challenges. I'm really proud of myself. I didn't think I would be able to do this, especially not when it took me 3 days to read the first book, which was only 200 pages. I didn't give you my final word count yet because I haven't counted yet, but I'll just put that on the screen right now. I also had a really good time doing my first reading vlog. It was a good choice to divide it into 2 because I think otherwise the big vlog would have been like an hour long. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to vlog for the entirety of the Magical Readathon, which I was kind of planning on doing. I really did enjoy it, but it does take up quite a lot of time, so maybe I'll do weekly vlogs, but just not vlog as much and as intensively as I did this week. This was such a fun experience. I had so much fun this week. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I feel like I've forgotten something, like I wanted to say something else, but I think I've said pretty much everything I wanted to say this week. So again, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.